Hey everybody, my name is Demar Jackson. I also like to go by DJ, which are my initials. And this is my life. So basically, I guess a quick rundown about my story is I'm 25 years old. I'm born and raised in San Diego, California. I'm originally from there. However, I currently live in Scottsdale, Arizona. I went to undergrad at ASU, that's Arizona State. That's why I'm back out here. I went to grad school at Clemson University. So at ASU, I was studying exercise and wellness with a minor in business. In grad school, I was in community recreation, which is in the Department of Parks, Rec, and Tourism Management. So long story short, spinning, that's indoor cycling. That's my business. That's what I do. I've been an instructor now for about 5 years, a little bit over 5 years. And I'm currently the program director here at the Madison. So this is the studio which I manage. So you probably see back there maybe a little bit, but hashtag party on a bike, that's our trademark. We got 50 bikes in there, lights, loud music. It's like always a big party going on. I guess enough about work. My love life, it's been kind of spotty, man. It's kind of spotty. Long story short, distance has been the bane of my existence. I've basically been in and out of relationships. The last two, at least, were more on the serious side, but they ended up being all for naught because I was either moving away, moving to someplace, they were moving away, moving to someplace, and ultimately just didn't work out. So I'm looking for somebody who is able to be that type of individual who would like to support what I do, which is, indoor cycling, and I would love to support them as well and happen to be in the same city for once. That'd be nice. Now, when it comes down to dating apps, I'm not the biggest into dating apps. Tinder, Bumble, I tried it maybe when it first came out years back. Wasn't really my thing. So this job in itself is like its own little dating app because I would say 75% and above that, every class is gonna have a woman in the class, if not 100%. Sometimes I taught a class today, for example, all young ladies, and it was nice, it was great. Try to become friends with them, try to kind of encourage them, motivate them, but it's almost like a tease because I can't just hit on every girl that I see here. That's not professional at all. My first date story though was kind of funny in my opinion. So this is kind of my luck at the time. Back in high school, this is my very first date. So back in high school, I didn't have my own car, at least not yet. I didn't get my first car until the day of high school graduation. So anyways, this might have been, I think, junior year of high school. I begged one of my friends. I was like, hey man, can you please bring me to this girl that I was really attracted to, bring me to her house because we have plans to go to the movies together, right? I'm thinking she's gonna drive, go to the movies. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do you a solid. I got you. I'll bring you over to the house. So he brings me over to her house. I show up, my very first date. I'm dressed relatively on the nicer side. I don't know what to expect, but whatever is about to happen, about to be a great night. So get to her house. She answers the door, and she's like, hey, what's up? So the good news is we're gonna go to the movies, or we're gonna see a movie. The bad news is my dad is not letting me out the house for this date as of yet because it's also my first date, and he just feels more comfortable if I was here. So I was like, okay, I don't know what that seems like, but let's go for it. So cool, whatever. I'm very flexible. Walk inside. Her dad's upstairs, not a big deal. And I was like, all right, cool. So what movie you want to see? I can't even tell you the movie that we even put on because of what's coming up next. So at this point in time, we're now sitting on the couch. It's our first real interaction outside of school and everything. So we're kind of sitting close, just trying to get to know each other a little bit. And then her dad comes down the stairs. At this moment, I'm like, hey, sir, his last name, Mr. Fill in that blank. How's your day going? He's like, don't even look at me. I was like, oh, okay, all right, well, damn. So at that moment in time, I looked at her, I'm like, is everything all right? She's like, yeah, my dad just hates, the idea of meeting guys right now. I was like, all right. So I'm trying to lighten the mood, trying to make jokes, trying to get to know this man because I'm trying to get to know her. And he's very short with me. He was in the military at one point in time, so he does not look as welcoming as I'd hope he'd look. And then put the icing on the cake on this whole entire experience. The movie's playing, we're just hanging out now, it's kind of dark in the living room. He comes and sits in the middle of us, just plops on down, like, all right, kind of puts his arm around both of us, looks at me. He told me, I'm glad you picked this movie. It's my favorite movie. And I was, all right, yeah, cool. He said, it's going to be a long night. I looked at him. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yes, it is. It is going to be a long night. And we sat there. We sat there for, I think the movie was like 2.5 hours. Just sitting there, arms around me, arms around her. He's laughing a little bit. He's, liking the movie, enjoying himself. Maybe even had some popcorn. I really can't remember, because at this moment in time, all I wanted to do was go home. The movie was over. I was able to get out of there. I looked at her. I'm like, thanks for having me. She looked back. She's like, you know what? Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I enjoyed myself. In my mind, the entire time she said that, I was like, I would not see you again after school. I would not see you again after school, outside of school, before school. I'm actually very done. I'm good on hanging out with you right now. Your dad really did a number on me that day. Mentally, physically, emotionally, scarred me for my first date. But it got better after that as time went on. All right, now we're outside now because you know how Arizona is. Solid weather around this time of year. It's like low 70s, so I had to bring you guys outside for a little bit. We have a little patio area here at work. But anyways, going from my first and I guess worst date to now my most ideal date, I might say to take her to a concert, a Frank Ocean concert. I'm very big into R&B, so if I could have somebody singing what Frank Ocean sings and sound like that, easy. I think we both love that. That would be a cool little vibe. I was thinking about something more active, but I'm so active from a day-to-day basis that I think I would not want to do that whatsoever. So something where I could just relax, listen to some cool vibes, and kind of just see how she feels from that. Solid. And yeah, dinner afterwards. Like I said, I'm big into red wine, so any meal that we have, like pasta, salmon, chicken, steak, whatever it is, throw some red wine on the side of that, solid night. Right, so now traveling. I love traveling. Unfortunately, I have not really been far outside of the country, outside of maybe going to the Virgin Islands a few times, which is pretty dope, but besides that, I haven't really been outside the country, so I would love to travel. My #1 destination right now is Reykjavik, Iceland. I know it's super random, but I got that idea because I had a school project on it years ago when I was an undergrad. I was in a public speaking class, and they made us draw a random place out of a hat. I picked that place, and then all of a sudden, I was hooked on Reykjavik, Iceland. I was studying it, I was learning about it, gave my speech, it sounded like I was even from Iceland. I was like, you know what, from here on out, this is the place I want to go the most. I like what they have to offer. The vibe looks pretty dope. Somewhere I want to be. Besides there, I want to hit up Germany. That's Oktoberfest over there. I want to hit up Germany for sure. Barcelona, Madrid, that'd be pretty dope. I want to hit up Japan one time. All those kind of places like that. I think I'm missing a lot of that in my day-to-day, so I can see different cultures. I would love to experience that. Kind of be more local. My family is all from New Orleans. So everybody's from New Orleans, Louisiana. I was one of the only ones that was born and raised in San Diego, and I'm very close with them. I spend time talking on the phone with my grandpa, grandma, aunt, uncle, whoever, like almost weekly. Just want to keep in touch with them. So I'm an only child, so keep in touch with all of them is great. But my hometown visit, if I got that far, the hometown visit will be in San Diego, obviously. It'd be very, very chill. I love the San Diego environment. It smells like beach all the time. I live like 5 minutes from the ocean. So I'll probably take her to like the marina, like the pier area, maybe a few local bars like that. Just take her around to some local ice cream shops, local Mexican taco shops, which is by far my favorite. #1 food I can eat all day, any day, no matter what time of day, Mexican food. The California burrito, carne asada fries, rolled tacos, name it, whatever, I'll eat it. So Mexican food, my #1, so I would love to take her through my go-to taco shops. And I feel like that would be, one of her best sellers right there.
All right, once again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. So where we're at right now, we're in a space that I can be myself, and I can be as creative as possible. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Here you go.